Tuning in to the online broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing after shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Oh man, it feels so good to hear that music once again. Hey everybody, welcome back for another season of Castle! We're here!
Yeah, we are here, and so are you guys. Oh my God.
We made it!
It's been weeks, it's been months.
I know, I thought I was gonna lose my mind if we didn't have any more Castle, but if you guys are newcomers, welcome to AfterBuzz TV. We're here to talk about Castle, Season 8, Episode 1, XY, which if you guys didn't know what that was, look it up, Google it. I am your host, Alexis Torres. You can find me all over social media as atorres890, and I can't do the show alone, guys.
No, I'm your co-host, Alexis. I'm JJ Snyder. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at J2Snyder. And Alexis and I have missed each other.
Yes, I'm so excited that you're
missed you.
sitting across from me, and we're
Yay.
talking about Castle!
Okay.
Thanks, Marissa. Yeah, it's been like... No, don't do that. If you start crying, I'm gonna start crying. It's gonna be the worst.
It really has helped me feel, though, it's like September, it's back to school, and it's back to Castle. Yes, I know a lot of you guys probably feel the same way, right?
Yeah, and because I always know that you're usually doing fall time and Halloween time, I'm like, it's Castle. I need my gritty, which I need to ask, what did you think of, I mean, I know that we're going to be talking about episode 2 in an hour, but like, I wanted to talk about, what do you think of the season so far? Like, from start of this crazy dark episode, what did you think?
I was surprised that they got into it so deeply so quickly.
Right?
I felt like I was almost slapped across the face with Castle
heaviness,
theme.
like
Yeah,
geez.
drama. Like, whoa, okay, wow, Beckett gone, sewing up her.
Okay, well, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
Obviously, what happened in episode 1, we obviously had that very, typical Castle opening where we have some lady doing something. She was at a club. She looked very pretty. She was hanging out. And there's a guy who's sitting there like, I've been seeing you all day. And at first I was like, oh, what a creep star. But no, apparently she was the creep star who was following him. And then all of a sudden she gets on his lap and then he starts moving kind of funny. And I noticed, oh my God, there's a blade in your stomach. Oh, what's happening?
Oh man, it was intense though, because I wasn't sure that she was the bad person either.
I thought it was the other way around.
But then not only, I mean, we've seen a woman,
Killer.
sit on a guy and maybe seduce him and then stab him. But then I thought it was so intense. She sat there and she was like, look at me as you fade
pretty
away.
Brown eyes. I was like, all right, you're a little too into yourself. It's okay.
And then the walk off, and like, doesn't your mind go to like, how did no one else in the club notice that?
I mean, I'm gonna assume
Like
maybe
amazing.
New York clubs, maybe people are like, all right, I'm gonna stay back. They're probably getting it on in a corner, in a dark corner. But obviously, they didn't realize that she just kind of left. No, nothing. Anybody? Bueller? I don't know.
Anyone?
But I love how we start to get into happiness because we see Kate getting ready for her first day as captain.
Yes.
And did anybody else feel a little weird that there was smoke coming from behind Castle? I was just like, does he have a skillet? Like,
totally.
What are you doing? Like, what is that? A fajita? It's a little early for a fajita, Castle.
Yes, I was like, why? This is dangerous. I'm uncomfortable. And I had no idea it would be a giant cupcake with a sparkler, too.
I know. I was like,
I didn't.
That's cute, but also
cute.
Fire hazard a little bit. And then he proceeds to ask her to dig into it. And in my brain, I'm like, does she have time to eat this whole cupcake? No.
Yeah.
You actually
it did look good, though. I would.
Yeah, no,
I would have taken a bite.
Delicious. But I'm glad that we didn't, because there was a giant box inside of this cupcake. Did anybody else think that it was kind of like terrible that she's about to go on her first date? She had to dig her hands into a giant cupcake.
Yeah, I mean, it was funny how, but I guess it's just part of the nature of their relationship, because she didn't really blink an eye.
No,
she was like, yes, I will take my expensive suit on the morning I'm getting ready to be captain, and I will dig my hands into this cupcake.
And pull out a beautiful diamond bracelet.
Yeah.
Which, I'm jealous. I want someone to buy me a diamond bracelet.
Oh, hello, guys. And then and then the inscription, always.
That was so adorable, which is awesome, because every time when there's a Castle promo, always is somewhere on the bottom somewhere, and I'm just like, The feels. Speaking of also who's kind of going through the feels is poor Ryan there, having to deal with Jenny might be having another baby.
Oh, it sounds like Jenny is having
sorry,
another
she
baby.
is pregnant.
Yes.
Definitely pregnant, and he
Right.
is freaking out because he needs money.
Okay, now this is interesting because this is the answer to the question that we've all been kind of pondering for a couple months, because I think the people from Castle did give a little leak like there will be a baby.
But we didn't know whose baby.
And we didn't know whose baby, but I mean, this is definitely the first baby to appear. So
I'm so excited. But I also feel bad for him.
I know now he's really going to have to do a lot of
Overtime. Which he was very excited
he's a little
for.
nervous about it.
Yeah. And then, but the funny thing is, so we also know, speaking of children, is that Alexis apparently has been taking over, not this Alexis the Castle, if you didn't know.
Funny how you both share the same name, though.
I know, and we're both kind of ambitious in that kind of weird way. But no, apparently she's been taking and solving
And
cases.
sometimes your hair's red.
Today it's purple.
Today it's purple.
Decided to change it up.
Can we talk? You know what we haven't addressed to everybody just real quick,
No,
too?
go
Speaking
ahead.
of purple and hair color
Yeah.
and new things, we are in a new studio today, guys.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even notice. I thought we were still at the old studio.
We've moved across town, and that's actually why we're doing the show today, and we didn't do it last Tuesday.
Yes.
And this is our new time, Tuesday at 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 3 p.m. today.
3 p.m. today, 4 p.m. forever on, and we promise that we will update, tweet, and everything just to let you know the links and stuff like that. So no worries. We are having a Castle season after show. It's
Welcome
happening.
to the new studio.
And you might not see us in the same room every single time. It will be different. There's a lot of studios here, so just be ready for it. But
It's pretty cool. But Alexis.
Alexis is obviously helping dear old dad with his cases, and she's already solved 4.
Oh,
So-
yeah. And he was like, 4?
Yeah. And also, just to add more nerding out to Castle's repertoire is the fact that he has a hidden section of his office with like satellite TV and a mini bar and all that crazy
And a few
stuff.
other things, as we'll find out later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into
The
that.
office was, I was just looking at his office when he was sitting at it talking to her, just looking at the lighting in the background. That is a gorgeous space.
I'm so jealous
Whoa.
that he gets to work in that every day. I mean, he gets to
Whoa.
also work with a beautiful lady and he has a beautiful daughter and all other stuff, but still, great office.
No, the office is super cool.
my favorite part.
It's neat to see. I think, this is a big step for the actress, but for the character of Alexis.
No, I completely
I mean,
agree.
she's coming into womanness.
And you can tell. Look at, she got a
Right?
haircut. She's wearing makeup more. She's dressing
dressing like
like a lady. I mean, she's always had good taste, but you can always tell like how old she was through her wardrobe. And we already know who does the wardrobe. Talking to you.
yeah, Luke
'cause
Reichley,
if you
our
don't,
friend.
Yes, if you don't know, go
Hi,
back
Luke.
to the last season. We both JJ and I got to talk to him about the wardrobe choices, but yes, she's just maturing very well, and I'm really happy for her that she's taking initiative.
And you know what I liked? I liked that they showed that it wasn't like Castle going, you should, come help me out. It was like she took initiative.
Yeah, without him
so
knowing.
It's not like she's some spoiled kid and she's like, oh, by the way, I'm getting internship credit for this.
No, she's
So
just,
this is what we're doing.
She's definitely Castle's child, like straight up. That's just how she is. But
fun.
we're gonna get right into the case with the fact of we find out that there is a homicide. They need help because Kate's busy at a meeting at IPP, and we find that there were 3 people who were killed, which I have all their names here. It's Greg Minoso, Jake Fitz, and Dustin Chambers. But then we also find out that they were shot from an angle. So they find a balcony and they find a pool of blood with Kate's bracelet in it. And you're like, what?
What?
I was so confused. And I was like, I don't understand what's happening. Also,
And this was the point where I started to feel like, whoa, we are in this. Like, what? How could that bracelet? It's been a couple hours.
well, yeah. And also
Like,
the fact
what-
of like, why is Kate even there in the first place? What is she hiding? Because, I mean, even when she did get her mysterious call as she was wiping off the cupcake off her hands, it didn't seem like a telemarketer call. It seemed like she was trying to hide something. So I was like, okay, maybe that's weird. But I didn't think it was going to be connected to the case in a point. But technically, she's pretty much all over this case in every way, shape, or word.
Anytime there's blood present and something that belonged to her, then you got to just, my mind goes to like, oh my God, is something wrong with her? Like,
I mean, it was her
what?
blood, and we found out about that too.
So that was scary.
Ugh, that was so scary. So we end up running into this apartment complex, and where we were finding out that we got a tip off of all the fake fake IDs from the people who were murdered. And we get a very feisty lady hiding in the curtains. She's from London. Her name was Haley Shipton. And she was hired to find the stolen Social Security. So that's why she was there. But not just that. So we also find out from security cameras and things like that Kate was with some weird guy who we will see if you hang out after this for episode 2. You'll find out who that guy is. And that she was pretty much running the show because they found a dry cleaner, found her jacket and her shirt full of blood and a needle and like vodka and stuff like that. And then we found out that he's actually a diabetic and he needed insulin. So there was just a long string of things that were just happening. Yeah. And it just didn't seem like there was an end to it, which was crazy to me. And I mean, it's a good premiere episode, which I loved.
Yes.
But it was just kind of bananas trying to keep up with everything.
It was a lot. And we skipped back in time a little bit when we went back. Yes, it was interesting.
Yeah, which I liked how they did that for the next episode, which we'll get more into when we recap that.
Now, do we have a new character on Castle?
Kinda.
I kind of see. I mean, I think we've heard hints that this gal might be sticking around,
which we would like, because obviously Castle gets a call from Alexis to come to the office alone. Don't worry about it. And Haley just shows up, just out of nowhere, and she's giving tips to Alexis how to be able to interrogate someone or get what she wants or things like that. And we find out that I'm sorry, there was a lot of things going on there. Oh, so Haley and Castle go to check out a storage locker, which had a bunch of guns and armory and things like that, while Alexis actually went to do her own digging because the fact that she found out that our mystery man was feeling sick, and that's how we found out he was a diabetic.
Oh, yeah, that was amazing. Up to the ambulance
that got the 911 call, and uses her newfound
ownership of her womanliness, and she works at the ambulance driver. And you know what I loved was the ambulance driver's just reaction, because he was like, okay, yeah. Oh, beautiful redhead.
I could help you. Yeah.
But then what she came up with, I was like, you're an inspector. What was that? She said she was some kind of an inspector.
I have no idea what the actual title was. She was a medical inspector.
Catch that? Because it went by really quick. I got the gist, but I was like, where did you pull that out?
Alexis is again, I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about the character. She's a really smart cookie. Had to say that out there.
It's going to be fun, though, all season, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. But no, she's a really smart cookie. She knows what she's doing. She can think on the fly. Richard Castle can do the same to a point. And it's just... no, it's true. But, like, to a point, you know, and Alexis just knows how to just move it and shake it, pretty much. Not to be not a weird phrase that I just said, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And she was able to notice there was
instinct.
Yeah, so she was asking, oh, where's the insulin? And he was like, oh, it's down here, but I'm missing 2 vials. And then she looks up, there's a camera in the corner, and realizes that she got to see Kate break in, steal like a needle and a couple other things, and 2 vials of insulin, and get into a taxi, gives him the stuff to get rid of that, and they get into the taxi together and drive off. And I was just like, whoa.
Now, which I thought was, it's amazing how, I do appreciate how TV can make things work better than they really work in real life, because I don't know if anyone out there has ever tried to look at their security camera footage back. But
it takes a long time.
It can be, challenging.
Yeah, and you have to fast forward and rewind.
Yeah, and you're like, I see nothing.
Stuff.
Nothing happened.
Yeah, you have to have good eyes, and that's the one thing I love about Castle.
Hey, I pulled up a little profile, because we are talking about the new character of Haley. Who came in for these first 2 episodes. And I think, there is talk, right, that this gal might be a more permanent fixture on the show.
Guys, if you want to just tweet us, use the hashtag ABTVCastle, and I'm watching it over here on my laptop. But go ahead, please.
So she was on the show Neighbors, but her name is Tokes, the actress, and I'm probably gonna say her last name wrong, but it's Tokes Alagundoy.
That's cool.
And cool, man. She's, to get a role where you're playing opposite Richard Castle in the 8th season of the series.
Yeah.
Woo! I bet she's cool put her through the ringer.
No,
she's great. Yeah, she's sassy.
She's probably amazing, and I would love to meet her one day.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to I don't know, how do you guys feel about her? On the other hand, sometimes new things are difficult for people to accept.
I like change.
Yeah, right. Okay.
So, but no, I think she's great. I would love to know what you guys think and everything like that. But no, I think she's a great asset, and I'm hoping that she keeps that up, because at first I was like, what are you doing? What are you hiding? You must be hiding something. But she's not, which is great. So I'm all for it. But speaking of Haley,
after the footage,
in the storage
ambulance.
locker. Well, she finds out that they take a taxi somewhere, and we also find out that there's a storage locker where Haley and Castle are, and she gets her butt kicked by some weird brunette. At first I thought it was Kate, and I was like, why is Kate beating up on Haley? But it wasn't her. And we also find out that Kate and the mystery man gets into a taxi, and they drive to go see our favorite villain from last season and on, or before, William Bracken. And as soon as his name comes up, I was like, why are we bringing him up? What is happening? I don't understand how he's involved right now. So if you don't know who William Bracken is, he was the one that got, who orchestrated. Senator. Yes, Senator.
Former
Thank
Senator.
you. Former Senator William Bracken was the one that decided to make that plane go down where Kate's mom was killed tragically. So...
and I mean, he and Kate have tangled multiple times. And
mostly in last
brutally.
Season. Yeah. But that... but so obviously Bracken and Castle go at it, having a macho to macho fight kind of in there, where Bracken was not exactly happy to see Castle, and obviously vice versa. But we found out that as soon as he's done seeing him at prison, he gets a little visit from our brunette from earlier, who has who held him at gunpoint, sticks a needle in his neck, and kidnaps him. Very Castle fashion.
Yep.
Always getting kidnapped.
Yeah. There are a lot of kidnappings.
It's mostly because of Castle.
Yes.
But it's okay. So he's taken, and this is the part of the episode that I had to fast forward a giant amount of, because I am an arachnophobe. So.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah. Like, real bad.
Seriously?
Like, crying in a corner kind of arachnophobe.
Really?
Like, I cannot, like, if it's.
You can't do it.
I mean, I don't mind if it's like a tiny spider, but like if it's a big, like a black widow or anything like that, I'm like, nope, I'm good. I'm just gonna slowly get into a fetal position and cry.
Yeah, I mean, no one likes a big hairy spider.
Yeah. No, tarantulas, no.
Although I think I would take a spider over a cockroach.
Oh, no, why would you bring that up?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I hate them too.
You're one of those too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, no, I agree with you. I hate cockroaches.
Yeah.
I hate them so much. But if you don't know what we're talking about, instead of killing or actually torturing them in like any way, shape, or form with pain, our gentleman kidnapper decided to psychologically damage him, which, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna be able to sleep for weeks. He takes a box, and of course I love how Castle's like, I'm not afraid of that box doesn't look very scary. He opens it, and there's just like medium-sized tarantulas that are just slowly crawling out.
So many people across the world had to walk out of the room.
I couldn't do it. It was the worst.
We want to know how many of you guys had to walk out of the room.
I can't even talk about this scene. It's so bad. But I'm gonna power through.
You can do it.
But the funny thing is, it didn't hit me how dark this season's about to get until this scene happened. So obviously he's just putting them one by one, and I was like, okay, I can handle this. It's just editing. It's trying to make it more scary. Then he puts the box in a plastic bag, shakes it up, throws it over his head, and holds it so that the spiders don't get out, and he's just suffocating him and having spiders. Done. Absolutely done. I had to just, nope, honey bunches of nope. I just fast forwarded.
Hell to the gnaw.
Thank you.
What?
Yeah. Hell to the big giant gnaw.
So we have new showrunners kind of running the show here at Castle, and I just think I think there's a different pace happening. Oh my God! I don't know if they're gonna be able to maintain it, sustain it. Where did that word come from? I don't. Yeah, I don't know if they'll be able to maintain it, but yeah, didn't you feel like it's like, we're starting this thing. Season 8, bam.
We technically had that last season as well, but I love that the fact that we are not holding back. We're like, no, you hate spiders? Guess what? We're just gonna, you know what? I'm gonna stop my sentence there.
By the way, you know those were trained Hollywood spiders.
Oh yeah, no.
So those spiders,
they have trainers. They have a call time.
Yeah.
They have naps.
Yep.
You know, they have to be
probably have a little craft services just for the spiders.
They only drink pumpkin lattes. That's it.
Right.
That's all I gotta do. And
so don't feel bad for them, guys. They'll get residuals.
Yeah. They're probably just chilling in Hawaii right now on leave because they had their shoot day and they gotta
tweeting out.
Yeah. Oh man, I got to hang out with Nathan Fillion on his face.
Hashtag Nathan Fillion's face.
I bet you a lot of women are very jealous of you guys.
Speaking of, can we just take a moment to just love Nathan Fillion? I mean, shouldn't we?
He's looking good this season.
Yeah, he's looking great. I mean, He's just really good. He had a lot of like heartfelt moments in this episode because he's being put in the position of
that Kate was
worrying about Kate.
Yeah, last
right.
season.
So shoes on the other foot.
Sorry, I had to catch my breath from that.
After the spiders.
Obviously, he was. This is where it hit me. Hey, Castle's growing up a little bit because he broke out, tackled somebody, and ran away. We've all talked about. I know that Heather Joy Smith isn't here, but we've always talked about the fact of how we're like, Castle doesn't know. He's always getting into trouble. He's always doing things. Someone always has to save him, which technically that did happen. But I am proud that he was able to pretty much almost almost lacerate his wrists to get out of these zip ties and handcuffs.
That was a way more physical scene than we've seen
ever
right?
with Castle. I mean, right. I've seen him try to punch some people. It's been a thing. It's just these past 2 episodes, this is the most butch Castle's ever been.
Well, maybe that's kind of like the new wave. I mean, a lot of the characters are shifting and I'm really maybe glad. We get to see him. Well, and I can't wait to get to next episode because he has a real butch maneuver in the end of the about that. Wow.
But if you guys don't know what we're talking about, just wait till next at 4:00 when we talk about episode 2. So, yeah, I'm proud of him. So Kate obviously comes to his rescue by literally the skin of his nose. It was so scary.
Don't you still feel the anticipation though?
Yeah.
That
I thought for sure he was
maybe
going...
no one will come to his aid.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, obviously deep down, I'm like, as a TV person, someone has to help him. But I didn't think it was going to be Kate. I thought maybe Espo, maybe Ryan. I don't know.
Right.
But as soon as she comes in and he's like, "Where have you been? Why are you not? What's happening?" And she's like, I can't tell you. I love you," and just runs off. I'm like, what is happening? I need to know, why is she on the run? And we find out who our mystery man who hangs out with Kate is. His name is Vikram Singh. He's an analyst.
Vikram.
And he was hanging out. Well, he worked in the same department as Kate did in DC.
At the agency.
Yeah, at the agency.
Yep.
And we find out that everyone in her group that she had in her team while she was there for 2 years or a year are all dead.
They're all dead.
And you're just like, what is happening? So the plan is...
at this point, do we find out that he was the person who called her in the morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is exactly what happens.
Yeah.
And of course, we did get to, because of what Kate being able to gun our mystery brunette down, which I don't think we even got a name. If I missed that, someone should please let me know what it is.
Someone will let us know.
That she gets captured. She tells them nothing besides that the plan, they have no idea what's in store. And so they start to escort her out, and she just goes guns blazing in that I was so scared that people were going to die in the precinct, and she technically sealed her fate on that one. But as Castle said to Alexis that she knew that she was dead either way, so go out on her own terms, which she pretty much did, which was real scary. And that's pretty much how the episode ended. But we found out that Kate is hiding in an apartment with Vikram, and all we see is a new team about to bust the door down. That is how our first episode ended.
And we still really... Well, we know that her old team has been killed, and that was the emergency. So we know it's old business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So...
And that she feels that she has to keep a level of secrecy with Castle.
Which makes sense. I mean,
highly classified.
Yeah. But how did you feel about the first episode, now that we've talked about it?
I mean, like I said, I felt really great. I felt like I felt like when you get on a scary amusement ride at the amusement park and you don't realize it's going to be that scary. I was like, whoa, Castle. It wasn't like the light, fluffy, comedic episodes that we will get.
Eventually.
But I don't know. I thought it was great. I loved seeing the characters again. I like Beckett's longer hair.
It looks so good.
It looks really good.
I'm so happy that it looks like that.
It looks good.
Yeah.
And just knowing that these folks truly have had a little bit of time off. I'm huge fans of Ryan and Espo.
Yeah. And if you haven't seen our show for the first time, we got to talk to them on several occasions.
Yeah, you touched them on their arms.
Yeah, because they were sitting next to me. That was awesome.
Remember that?
Yes.
I'll show you guys pictures. Yeah. What did you think of the first episode?
I thought that this was exactly the jump that we needed, because we did talk about it last season, that we were like, what are they going to do to up the ante? We had Castle missing. It was crazy. We had the wedding that we always wanted. Like, this wasn't, But I was like, how are they going to do this? Is Kate going to be captain the whole time? Are they going to have a villain of the week kind of thing? And obviously, after we talk about episode 2, that we are going to still have that. It's just, this episode was just, again, bananas to get into. And I'm just like, I need to know what is going on, which we will get more into
and can you
on the next one.
Tell us again the name of the episode?
Yes, it's XY.
Okay. Now, I started looking at the name of the episode, 2 weeks ago, knowing that this day was coming. And I didn't really realize until I sat down with you what that was referring to.
Biology.
So tell them,
if you
smart
ever
people.
took biology.
Now I get it. Yeah.
It's XY is the chromosomes for a man.
Hello.
But yeah.
And the next episode is?
Double X, which is for women.
Woo!
So it really shows that we're in a heap of hurt for these two that I don't know if anyone else was expecting. But my question is, even though I'm probably going to ask this question for the next episode, is guys, what did you guys think of the first 2 episodes, as we're already got this giant plot? We know that probably the plot's not going to continue for a while, like how Castle fashion is, but I just want to know, use the hashtag ABTVCastle, tell us what you think's going to happen, and we're going to hold our predictions for the next episode because we have an awesome guest. So
thank you. That's awesome. I look forward to getting this whole conversation going, and we have some great friends on Twitter as well.
Yeah.
Don't we?
Mariana.
Oh, guys.
We have Front Door. We have so many things that are happening.
German fans, our Brazilian fans, not to mention the good old US of A fans. Yeah. We love you guys.
So we really appreciate that you guys are hanging out with us. Again, stay tuned. We are going to recap episode 2 in the next 15 minutes. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us. Again, don't forget to use the hashtag. Also, don't forget to go to iTunes. Don't forget to rate us 5 stars, leave a comment. Might be doing some contest stuff later on in the week. I'll let you know. But for right now, you're going to see us in a few minutes. But if you don't know where to find us, JJ, where can I find you?
If you don't know where to find us, then just come back to AfterBuzz TV and watch us every Tuesday at 4. And, talk to Alexis and I on Twitter. I'm at JJ Snyder.
And you can find me again all over social media at ATorres890. Also, guys, I'm doing a Q&A video on my YouTube channel. That's at youtube.com/ATorres. You're going to use the hashtag, I'm sorry, I'm throwing a lot of alphabet soup at you, at AskATorres890. I would love to have any questions. You can talk about Castle. You can talk about anything else that you want to ask. Anything. I have obviously there might be a limit to how dirty you can go if you feel like you want to ask me anything of that nature.
I'm out.
Yeah, see.
Just kidding.
But yes, I would love to hear you guys' questions or anything you guys want to know about me, my life, AfterBuzz, anything like that. Send it over there, and I will be doing a video in 2 weeks. Guys, we'll see you guys in a few minutes for episode 2 and our awesome guest. Bye, guys.
Adios.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.